Hello and welcome to A Woman's World. I am Fadishola Shutingwa. A Woman's World is designed to celebrate the beauty and strength of the African woman, discuss issues affecting the African woman, and give hope to aspiring young African women. It certainly is all about the women. Today on the program, we'll be discussing obesity in African women. We also have an Amazon on our Live on Top segment. We will also be bringing you up to speed on what is making the headlines in the world of women. And on our Trends segment, we will tell you some ways to care for your skin, so you'll have to stay with us to find out more. Let's go straight now to our first segment for today, obesity in African women.
Plus size, bold, curvy, thick, chubby. These are a few descriptions of a not slim lady in Africa. According to the World Health Organization, more than 1/3 of African women are estimated to be overweight. The World Health Organization predicts that it will rise to 41% in the next 10 years. The past 2 decades have seen a dramatic increase in obesity in sub-Saharan Africa. Despite this growing problem, many sub-Saharan Africans do not find the region's increasing waistline to be of concern.
Actually, I like something that I can hold on to. At least a nice figure, big stuff from hard days job. Can hold on to something and play with it, have fun, you know.
The big sized ones, the ones we call big machines.
Rather, being big is seen as an index of affluence or power, and overweight is something that is beautiful and attractive. In the global community, Latino, Asian and Caucasian women could give up everything to be or remain thin. Could it be that African women seem to be less distressed about carrying a few extra pounds?
No. Why? I think I'm cool the way I am.
Are you kidding me? Why would I want to do that? No, I really don't. I actually want to lose more weight if I can.
Fattening was banned because it was
among certain tribes in Nigeria, maidens are traditionally fattened up before marriage to make them seem more attractive and healthy to their suitors. Are the African men comfortable with overweight women?
I would like somebody that is way between.
They might have been mission impossible. That one I didn't want.
I prefer a slim woman who is smart and will be able to carry herself without any stress.
Africans normally like chubby women with flesh.
Due to global social changes, most African women are becoming more aware of all the dangers involved in being overweight and have become more conscious of the importance of exercises and healthy living.
As you can see, I'm already slim and fit and I look very healthy, but to avoid the dangers of being overweight, I'd rather be in the gym, in the fitness center all the time and avoiding doctor's injection every now and then.
Teresa is a Nigerian and a mother of 3 kids. She tells of her journey to being overweight.
My weight journey started more from in 1996 when I lost my father. Of course, I was shocked and all that. And I felt, because it was an emotional, trying time, that I should be losing weight. You know, I felt, oh, I'm stressed. But what I found out was I was adding weight then. And I was at a loss because I didn't understand it. Well, I was able to fight that weight then because I was someone that used to see people that were overweight as being indisciplined then.
She is aware of all the risks involved in being overweight and is doing everything in her power to shed all the extra fat.
Sometimes I'm up by 4:30. If I'm going to walk around my estate, I'm out by 5. I have a partner that even by 4:45 she's called me. But if I'm going to the gym, I call my coach, you know, and I'll call him, I'll tell him, please meet me up by 5:15, 5:30.
She presently champions the cause for healthy weight loss without drugs.
So there's always a time for us to detoxify ourselves, remove toxins from our body. But basically, most time we don't want to make those sacrifices. And then what do? We decide to go into taking drugs. It's easy for you to take maybe tea that will make you purge. You purge, you eat whatever goes in, you're able to get it out there. People tell you that you can lose 20 kg within 2 weeks or 2 months. Because sometimes it's the fact that we're deceiving ourselves, we're not being realistic. Now, taking drugs will help for some time. But what about the health implication? You're taking out fat from your body, but you're also taking out the good fat out of your body.
What do experts in Africa have to say about this, and what are the health implications?
People really must think about it. So, do I take a lot of sugar? Do I take a lot of starch in my diet? Let's not forget about fat. Fat is the biggest culprit ever, you know. People eat things like mandazis, you know, a lot of cakes, you know, a lot of sweet stuff. All these things have sugar and they have fat, you know. French fry is a common thing. There's so many fast food restaurants, so many. If you go to any country, even the fast food restaurants that were only found in America and Europe are now found in Africa, you know. And of course, it's delightful, so people take a lot of fat. A plate of French fries, you know, just this much is going to give you about 70 grams of fat, you know. And you find that people who work in the cities, because it takes a shorter time to eat your meal because you have to work, you know, industrialization. Apart from just people being obese, and it's a problem, it's a big problem, and if governments don't do anything, they're going to be really spending money treating all those conditions, because we know behind the obesity epidemic there is diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, back pain, knee pains, and all those musculoskeletal problems.
The health concerns associated with being overweight might force African women in the nearest future to embrace a culture of keeping their shapes in check.
A person is overweight once their body fat is more than 25% of their body weight. So 25% for women, and for men it's more about 20%. Once it's over 20%, then you're overweight. Or whatever program you do should compose of your cardio, of your strength training, and some flexibility exercises. So your cardio is using the treadmill or the elliptical, the cross trainer, or going for a brisk walk, swimming, cycling, dancing. Those are great cardio exercises. Then strength training is using the weights machines, using dumbbells, or like what Sam is doing behind there.
Welcome back. Now that was very enlightening. Plus-sized women trying to cut their sizes. I have in the studio with me Dr. Emmanuel Ojomo to shed more light on obesity and the health issues overweight women are likely to face. Dr. Ojomo, many thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, now what exactly are the health conditions associated with being obese and overweight?
Being obese and being overweight has so many side effects in a lady, ranging from heart disease,
yes,
cancer, especially when you have to talk about breast cancer, and it gives there are more
breast cancer. I'm sorry to quote you there, but how would being obese make a woman prone to breast cancer?
You see, being obese is like a storage of fat.
Of fat, okay.
And for a cell to become cancerous, especially in the breast, that means there should be some accumulation. These accumulations are what gives rise to such things.
To such things.
Yeah.
Okay,
but that does not necessarily mean that is the only thing that causes a breast cancer.
Okay.
But it gives rise to it.
What are the other health implications?
Heart diseases,
okay.
Going to being hypertensive, and diabetes. Yeah, those things are the main effects.
How would you describe that a woman is obese?
There's the difference between obese and overweight.
Okay. What is that difference?
Exactly. Overweight is when we begin to calculate. The difference between them is just the
slim.
Yeah, they're very close because they move together. But you have to be overweight before you become obese.
Yeah.
So when you become overweight with your consumption, then you become obese by trying to make it a little permanent.
Okay.
Not permanent, but a little permanent. And then you begin to grow in it. And then some things begin to like increase. That is when your cholesterol level, but that has a different thing. But when we're talking about obese here, we should be talking about fatty substance in the body.
Their weight. How would women control their weight?
I think this should be easy, but it won't be easy because the consumption of what could make you obese or overweight, it's enjoyable compared to when you're taking what won't make you obese.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Jamo, for coming on the program and discussing this all-important issue, obesity, with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, now, and for you ladies out there, before you take that bite off that chunk, please stop and think of all the risks involved and how you're piling so much calories in your body. Well, it's now time to take a look at news making headlines in the world of women.
Angry South Africans demonstrated at a building site where a 17-year-old girl was mutilated and left to die after being gang-raped. The demonstrators marched in a procession to the murder site of Annie Boysen at Bredasdorp, east of Cape Town, where they placed flowers and candles by a simple wooden cross. Boysen's foster mother, Collier Olivia, recounted the moment she saw her daughter dumped amid the gravel and grass, with her stomach slit open down to her genitals.
Maar dat wat hulle gedoen het, moet hulle gaat boete. En hulle moet nooit weer uitkom, he. Nooit weer. He. En as hulle moet, hulle weet self hoe hulle seer gemaak het. En ek wat 'n ma is. Dat is vir my so, dat het my geslaan. Dat het my geslaan, hoor.
The incident and the public response have echoes of the gang rape and murder of a 23-year-old student on a New Delhi bus last year in India. Still in South Africa, activists on Valentine's Day took to the streets protesting against gender-based violence following the news that the Paralympic star Oscar Pistorius had murdered his girlfriend. The murder case was opened after the model Reeva Steenkamp was found dead at the star's home in the Silver Lakes gated complex on the outskirts of Pretoria. In his defense, Mr. Pistorius said he shot Ms. Steenkamp in the bathroom after mistaking her for an intruder. Yvette Raphael, an activist, said the murder was a step back in efforts to end the violence against the female gender.
A woman died again. A woman died, and I'm angry. I'm angry that a woman died again today. Whether Oscar is guilty or not, I cannot say, but all I can say, a woman died, and it's one woman too many.
Another activist, Rosie Mullen, said women's rights were not being taken seriously.
In general, South Africa, it doesn't have a lot of respect for women in general. So I think this is going to be another one that just, well, it's one of those incidents that happen, let's move on.
From the 2009 census in South Africa, it was revealed that a woman is killed every 8 hours by her partner.
No means no. No, no means no. No means no. No. I'm good.
South Sudan's film industry, informally known as Jollywood, is slowly taking shape. Budding filmmakers are using film to express themselves in the world's youngest nation. One woman taking advantage of this is film director Mary Kadi Manoha. On the set of a short film, The Clash of Cultures, she described the return of South Sudanese from different parts of the world to the newly independent country as a collision.
The title, Clash of Cultures, We have many cultures from all over the place. We have South Sudanese coming in from Europe, we have South Sudanese coming in from America, we have South Sudanese coming in from East Africa, and the fact that they come from these different places, they all come with their own cultures from there. They do not come with the South Sudanese culture that we know and is expected of us.
These modern film enthusiasts chose to explore the social conflict between westernized returnees and more traditional South Sudanese who stayed throughout the war.
Now, there seems to be a lot going on in South Africa. We will definitely keep you posted as the trial of Oscar Pistorius progresses. It's time now for a break, and when we come back, it's the Live on Top segment. Stay with us. You're welcome back, and you're watching A Woman's World. Now, women entrepreneurs in Africa have shown increasing resilience in making their mark. A lot of women are heading big corporations these days. Let's take you now into the world of renowned Kenyan entrepreneur Joan Mwangi.
I'm an entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, we present...
Joan Mwangi is a renowned Kenyan entrepreneur. She is the CEO, Professional Marketing Services Group Kenya, and has tremendous experience of over 20 years in marketing and agency-related work. Her success as an entrepreneur stems largely from her entrepreneurial background.
I was born in an entrepreneurial family. My parents ran a hotel, and so during the school holidays we'd always have to go to the hotel and sell. And we would be serving as waiters, we'd be working in the kitchen, we'd be cleaning floors, you know. And so we got used to the business side of things and running up and down, and we would get paid our pocket money from that.
Joanne is very passionate about her business and has put in everything to ensure it succeeds. She has won numerous awards, including the #1 medium-sized company in East Africa.
As a businesswoman, I have won a lot of awards. I would say the award or accolade that gave me the greatest gratification and really a sense of humility and pride simultaneously is being the #1 medium-sized company in East Africa, because winning the top 100 medium-sized company really was an affirmation that I was doing something right, and my business has really been my life's passion. I have put in so much of my life into making sure the business succeeded. So that really was an affirmation that I was doing something right, and it was wonderful. It was most unexpected, but it really made me also feel extremely responsible that now that I have won that award, I need to prove that I can stay at that level and not crumble. And then, it would be such a failure that you got to that level and then you collapsed.
Her most gratifying moment in the business is the ability to mentor young people who in turn are doing very well.
At a personal level, for me, what I find in the business has been the most gratifying is not so much the awards, but it is seeing the people that have passed through the doors at Professional Marketing Services have come in as novices, greenhorns, and we train them, we work with them, we nurture them, and by the time they're leaving on to greater, bigger things, they're really serious professionals. And when I look around and I meet people across the country who know me, some of them I can't even remember, and they say hello and they say, if it wasn't for the opportunity you gave me, I wouldn't be where I am. That's what makes me feel the best possible. And to date, we probably have had more than 25,000 young people pass through our doors. And so you can imagine just how it feels to know that I've been able, in my small way, to impact 25,000 lives.
Her greatest challenge?
Oh, I would say the greatest challenge in the initial stages used to be finance, in that you get the business and it's growing very, very fast, and you don't have enough money to keep the wheels turning. So that was a big, big challenge. But then once you get to a certain level and where the banks can now lend you money, you're credit worthy, that stops being a challenge. And then now the next challenge, which is I think the biggest challenge for any business, is managing growth.
She is a very active person who is involved with many organizations all the while, balancing her family life.
In the office, I first off start by catching up with emails and social media and whatever else has been happening the night before, the news, etc. So about 1 hour, I really do not want to interact at a different level, and then I get into my meetings. So I will typically set my meetings up for starting from 10:30 a.m. onwards. On an ordinary day, I will work until 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, unless I have a social engagement, I would ordinarily go home. And when I go home, it's really to go into the kitchen to cook, or to sit in my garden and just relax, or to go for a walk. I enjoy walks. I'm into nature. I love walking where there are trees and looking at the birds and then looking at flora and fauna. So that's something I really enjoy.
Her job has not in any way disturbed her relationship with her children, and she always knows when to draw the line.
Oh, I have 3 children, by the way. And what I find is that I deal with them as just mommy. But occasionally, there's opportunity for them to interact with me in my professional capacity. I have employed my daughter at one time, and when she was employed in the company, she couldn't just walk into my office and say, "Mom, Mom." She had to follow the same rules as everybody else, so she was reporting to her line manager. But of course, when we would be going home, or when we were already home, she would start whining and say, "Oh, mommy, this is not working. I don't like this." And what I learned from it is that she actually gave me very powerful insights on what was not going right in the organization, because she could dare to tell me things that other people in the organization wouldn't dare. And so,
for her, being in a male-dominated field has not in any way been a challenge or disadvantage.
I find that in Kenya, the industries that we are operating in and all the policy makers and decision makers, to a large degree, are men. But I have not found that to be a challenge, because I have interacted with them as equals. I see myself first as a business person and second as a woman. So therefore, when I'm approaching somebody, I don't see myself as a woman. I see myself as a professional equal. And so when we are relating, I now work with you as a person. I actually don't have that gender bias. And I think that has been one of the advantages that I have had. And therefore, by the time I'm recognizing that, oh, this is a man, this is a woman, those dynamics only come into play when there's a bias or a stereotype that has been voiced or expressed subtly. And then that's the time I realized, oh my goodness, I'm expected to behave in a female manner. For example, in a boardroom, when somebody expects that because I'm the only woman there that I should serve tea, you know, and then I'm in shock. You see, because I expect that if we are all in the board, we are all in the board on merit, so everybody should serve themselves tea. So those little things come up every once in a while. And what I have learned is to just voice my opinion and to be confident about what my stand is. And therefore, it's first and foremost to know what your position is on those issues. I'm quite happy to serve tea, but I will not serve tea because I am a woman. I will serve tea because I wish to serve tea.
Who are very young.
Joanne is passionate about women empowerment and hopes to make sure it becomes a reality.
My passion is to make sure that economic empowerment of women becomes a reality, because I believe that it comes in tandem with economic empowerment of men. There is no separation.
For up-and-coming female entrepreneurs and young African women, she has this to say.
I think I would share the same words of wisdom that were given to me about 20 years ago. I was told that when you start a business, you must be resilient, and you should give yourself at least 18 months, no matter how hard it's going, before you give up. That doesn't mean that you just suffer and suffer for the 18 months, but it means that a process of improvement, because success is 85% effort, just being present, doing something, and the last 5% is the one that leads to excellence. So it's to make sure that whatever it is you're doing, you're constantly improving yourself, improving the methods that you're using, and that you're not expecting a different result for the same action.
Joan Wangi there for you, a very inspiring and determined woman who has beaten all the odds to become an award-winning Kenyan entrepreneur. She has sure made a statement in a male-dominated field, I must say. Now let's talk about something all women are concerned about, their skin.
We heard about Cleopatra back in the day, used to have milk baths all the time to keep her skin soft and smooth.
MedPlus Pharmacy recently organized a wellness series mainly targeted at women. The event, tagged The Ultimate Skincare, was aimed at helping women on their path to healthier skin. It also taught participants to engage in habitual behaviors that will improve overall skin appearance.
Focus on eating fresh and cooked foods that are colored. Increase your portions of vegetable, and in 6 weeks you will notice a healthy glow to your face. It will make a difference.
The attendees of the series listened intently as the speakers enlightened them on steps to take to achieve healthy, glowing skin.
Apart from the fact that you should eat fruits of color, there's also a time you should. First thing in the morning, the first thing that goes into your body. If you don't eat in the morning, the first thing that goes into your body should be something fresh and natural, because your body is prepared to receive and take out all the nutrition, and it's easily absorbed because you don't have stuff sitting in there, you know, like cake, coffee, milk, all those things are not in the way. So it makes a difference.
The Chief Executive Officer spoke on the essence of the series.
The Wellness series is all about vitality and health for our customers, for people to choose healthier lifestyles, live a better life, and just choose products that will benefit, make them well, protect them, and just have a total well-being package in their lives.
The women expressed excitement at the series.
It's a very common condition.
Wow, now we know the secret to that lovely skin we've all desired and craved for all this while. You take a lot of fruits, you take a lot of vegetables, and do not forget to take those very important exercises. And just before we go, let me remind you about how special you are. In the words of C. Joy Bell C., the strength of a woman is not measured by the impact that all her hardships in life have had on her, but the strength of a woman is measured by the extent of her refusal to allow those hardships to dictate what she becomes. Anya Satin, the Winthrop woman, says a woman with opinions had better develop a thick skin and a loud voice. And with that, we have come to the end of today's program. Do join us again, same time next week for another interesting program. I am Fadishala Shutsingwa. Many thanks for watching.